This is a small leveret. Okay, this is a small rabbit, a young one. First of all, I'm going to show you how to dissect this. Okay, you got the hind legs. Okay, and if you take a look at the back quarter, you've got like a little hip bone running there. What you need to be doing is taking your knife just down there, and it'll free itself. Okay, until you get to there, you'll just bend that back. Okay. And you can see the oyster just there. Cut through the oyster. And that's it, okay? Do the same then with the front quarter, with the front legs. Now then, what I like to do is, there's not much meat on the rib cage, okay? But whatever meat is there, try and use it up. So what I will do, I will cut away the meat off the rib, around the neck, and a little bit down the back. Now then, once you get to there, you got some white sinew, cut away the sinew, and that's your front leg. Right, now then you're left with this by here, okay? It's not the most pleasant of meat to eat, okay, because it's quite tough, actually, when it's cooked, okay, curls up. But what you've got is inside there is loins. You've got two loins that run down the back, okay? Now, the loins are probably the most tenderest piece of meat on this animal, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to use these loins, and that's what we're going to use mostly to cook with today, okay? So you take your knife down the backbone, you can feel the backbone with the front of the knife. You just point it in, and you just bring it back on itself. Cutting away as close as you can to that bone until you get through the loin, okay? Free the loin from the inside as well as the outside. Get as much of the meat as you possibly can off it. There we go. It's a small rabbit, so there's not going to be big loins on it at all. With an older rabbit, obviously the loins will be much bigger than this, but the loins on this will be a lot more tender to eat. It is a baby, it's a youngster, it's a leveret. Okay. Now then, that's one loin. I'm going to crack that. I'm going to stick that on the boil in the pot. Boil that up for me, mate. Lloyd here is going to help me. All we're going to do, just going to cut that into strips. Get rid of that sinewy bit. And we'll just cut into it. Leave a bit of the fat on. Very little fat on it anyway. So we just dice them up. And because it's a leveret, I think what we can do, we can use the legs as well, because there's not much meat on this. Like I said, there's more meat on me. Right, so what we do, we're going to debone the leg. Our meat is prepared. It's ready to go, okay? Right, the she buns, all I'm going to do is I'm going to crush them. Okay, just release them a bit, because I don't want big lumps of she buns in there. And then I'm going to take 2 cloves of quite large garlic. Now the dietitian would hate me, okay? This is full of calories, okay? So we're going to infuse that butter now with taste, okay? And what we're going to use is the garlic and the she buns, okay? The shallots. In they go. Now we're infusing that butter with the taste for a reason, because if we put our meat straight into that butter, what would happen is all you get is a taste of butter, and it'd be horrible, okay? So always, when you're using any oil or butter, always infuse it with a flavor. So just roughly chop some mushrooms up as well. One more will probably be enough. And it's surprising how much you get out of this, how many people you can feed out of this dish, okay? From one rabbit, okay? And that's a baby rabbit. So, in go the mushrooms. Bit of black pepper. Oh, there we go, we got ground black pepper here. and a bit of salt. I use the Hallen Morn. Bit of Hallen Morn. Sea salt, in it goes. Now then, all I'm going to do is I'm going to fry that off in there until it starts going slightly brown. And once they start browning off, we're going to add our meat, our rabbit. Right then. If Lloydie here can pick me some basil, Lloyd. That meat is now sealed. So now we're going to add the Dijon. Now look how much I use. Half a pot of Dijon. Okay. Stir that in. And then we're going to dilute it down. A little bit of sparkling wine if you got it, or champagne. Doesn't matter if it's not champagne. But obviously, if you're posh and privileged and you've got champagne at home, use it, okay? Now then, could you stir that for me there, Lloyd? Thanks, mate. Say it again? Smells fantastic, yeah, it is. It's beautiful. Once this has gone in now, you'll see what I mean. Oh my God, I wasn't supposed to do that. It's okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. There you go. Now then, boil that down until it reduces to half. Once all that reduces to half, we will then add the cream on the end. In goes the basil, okay? So a good handful of basil goes in, and to start boiling that down and reducing it, okay? Now then, on top of that, I'm going to add some stock. Vegetable and rabbit stock. A little bit of stock in, and again, reduce it, okay? So you've got all that flavour in there. Beautiful. Now then, once that's boiled down, right on the end, add a bit of cream, and that's it, okay? So could you take that away from me there, Lloyd? And I need a plate as well, mate. A plate, yeah, please. So we're going to boil the hell out of it now, okay? For about 5 minutes. So in that, now there you go, that's been reduced, okay? It's reduced to half. You happy with that? Right, okay. What we're going to do, turn that down a little bit for me. Ooh, you've got to have computer fingers, haven't you? Yeah. Did you? Yeah, you're a teenager. Yeah, exactly, right? When I was in school, we did, all the geeks done computers. Yeah, all the SWATs. Yeah, and then a year later, when I left, everybody was doing computer. Well, I can work Facebook, right? I'm pretty good there. And I've got a mobile phone that I can work pretty well. But, some of these kids today, my daughter, she's 6. And she had to show me how to use iPad. What the hell's going on here? But, she's, kids these days are really clever. Right, which one do I press? That one, yeah? I've got to unlock it. And then if you want to go up, press that one, go down, press that one. Right, okay, so unlock and then that. Right? Give me gas. Right, I'm going to bring that to the boil. Once that comes to the boil, the cream's gone in. Once that comes to the boil, we bring it off. And the reason why we bring it off is because it will separate, okay? If you overboil it, it'll separate. You've got to boil it for a little bit, just simmer it along for a little bit for it to thicken. Now, do you know what a natural thickening agent is? Can you name me some? No. What's a natural thickening product? Flour. No. What's in there that's natural? It's classed as natural thickening product. Or an agent? No. Butter is a natural thickening product. And then you've got the cream. And combined together with a bit of heat, it'll get really, really thick, okay? Now then. It won't curdle as long as you stir it, but you leave that and it'll curdle. But you use extra thick double cream, boil the hell out of it, never curdle. Okay, but we haven't got extra thick double cream. There you go, it's starting to thicken. See it? And it'll thicken pretty quick. So we do want that nice, creamy, thick sauce at the end of all this, okay? We don't want it to be thin and runny. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on stirring this until it reduces again and thickens into a nice, thick sauce. Now then, I'm going to taste it. Needs more pepper and, well, I don't think it needs salt, but definitely more pepper. So loads of pepper. I'm going to taste it again, clean spoon. And then it'll be ready to serve. Have we got a ladle? Yeah? It's lovely. Okay. There we go. It's thickened. Could you just keep on turning that for me there, Lloyd? Thanks, mate. There we go. Lovely. Great. Okay. Ladle. Now you can serve this as a main course, or you can serve it as a starter. And do you know what I like to serve this with? Tagliatelle spaghetti. Like, you can add it to a spaghetti to make a sort of a carbonara, and it's absolutely divine. Rice can be served with it. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's an absolute fantastic dish, and it's easy. Very, very easy to make. Say it again? Give that a go back home, yeah? Well, there you go. I'm just going to dress it up a little bit with a bit of greenery. Now, who wants to taste this apart from the lady in the front? Who wants to give this a go? Yeah? Certainly. There you go. And that's rabbit in champagne and Dijon mustard sauce. Hope you've enjoyed it. Who's going to try it? Lady in the front. Come on, give her a round of applause. Now then, I want you to take a piece of rabbit, okay? And I want everybody to witness this, okay? We will be bringing samples around for you, ladies and gentlemen. And if you do want to purchase my book, I've got some on me today. If you've got Welsh speakers, especially kids, in your family, it's an ideal gift or present for them, especially coming up to Christmas. What do you think? Yeah, have you eaten the meat now? Yeah? You've got to watch these people, you see. Okay, there's a book coming to you. Give it a round of applause. Excellent. Right then, guys, there's samples here for you. If you'd like to make your way up and grab a sample each, feel free to do so. Thank you very much for inviting me again, once again this year, to the Swansea Food Festival. It's always a pleasure to come here. And if you're out tomorrow night in Swansea, let me know, because I will be here. Anyway, diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you very much indeed.